What up, guys? It's Chadlantis. Today was pretty awesome. I woke up and went and watched Suicide Squad with my brother and my two cousins, and the movie was pretty cool. And I'm actually going to go ahead and talk about it really quick. So if you don't want spoilers, then go ahead and go to the time of this video that is right here. Jump ahead to that time and you'll be set with no spoilers. Suicide Squad was pretty cool. Overall, as a standalone film, I actually would say I really enjoyed it. If it wasn't tied to any comic books whatsoever, I think the movie would be freaking sick. I think it would be like the coolest movie ever. Well, not really coolest movie ever. I think that is a complete far-fetched scenario, but definitely I would say it's my favorite movie of the year so far for sure. And I'd hold it to a high regard if it wasn't connected to comic books whatsoever. However, because it is connected to comic books and it's supposed to be a theatric realization of the comic books, I didn't really like it, because in the Suicide Squad comic books, the character Harley Quinn kind of like realizes that the Joker is probably dead, and like Joker's face is even like held in storage as a representation of the character being dead, and everybody, including Batman, is just believing that the character Joker is dead. So Harley's like, all right, and he's dead, I'm going to freak out. So she goes on like a rampage across town and ends up getting caught because she was being like super overly reckless, more so than she usually is, kind of a deal. Batman catches her, puts her in jail, all that stuff, and then she gets in with like Deadshot and all that stuff, and then they get part of the Suicide Squad. How they get part of a Suicide Squad is basically the same as how they do it in the movie, so that part's cool. But then like the comic books develop like a love story between Harley Quinn and Deadshot, and not only that, but also Harley Quinn becomes more of an independent person. She becomes Harley Quinn originally because she falls in love with Joker, which is how the movie represented it too, which is accurate, cool. Hey, I got a follow from Curly Much. You should follow a guy on Twitch named Curly Much because he's a cool guy and just followed me back. Because I just actually went and did a raid to him from Dodge GG, which is also a cool person on Twitch. Check both those guys out. Anyway, go ahead and read the comic books if you haven't done so already, because that'd be freaking good to do. And I think the comic books are amazing. I actually wasn't a fan of Harley Quinn in the past because she was always just like basically a slave to Joker, and that freaking pisses me off. I hate that to death, because anytime anybody in a relationship, guy or girl, is basically a slave to the other person, I hate it. That irritates me to no end. I think both people need to be independent people in a relationship with each other, loving each other, and sure, but both are standalone independents who come together in a union, you know? Not like one person being a slave to the other, you know? That sucks. That's just sucks to see. I hate it. I know people are a part of that in the past. I've recognized people that I've cared for who have ended up in relationships like that, and it freaking sucks. So because of that, I was never really that big of a fan of Harley Quinn, because it always just like, and I got aggravated every time I read or watched anything regarding that relationship between her and Joker. But she ends up being more of an independent person through the comic book series of Suicide Squad, because Joker is believed to be dead. And then later in the series, Joker is found to be alive. So Harley's like, what? You're alive? And everybody's like, what? You're alive? And Joker goes and finds his face, staples it back to him, because his face gets like ripped off basically somehow in the accident that happened. I actually forget how exactly that transpired, but his face gets like ripped off, and he like staples his face back onto his face, and he's like, Harley, why did you not ever try to find me and rescue me, blah blah blah, you like abandoning me? And she's like, I'm sorry, I still love you, I thought you were dead, like everybody including Batman thought you were dead, you know? And he like ends up tying her up and restraining her and then like torturing Harley Quinn, and then she, through that experience, like, you know what, I hate you. You know what, you're a scumbag, you treat me like crap, and I don't like you anymore. I'm gonna go in and be independent because I've experienced what being independent is like, and I enjoy that more. So she like beats up Joker and he escapes away from him and ends up being more independent, joins back with Suicide Squad, ends up kind of having this love interest with Deadshot, where she's like, I don't really want to be in a relationship anymore because I'm now independent, so I don't want to be with anybody. I'm loving life being an independent person. However, I really like you, Deadshot, so I kind of want to be with you. I'm back and forth on the fence about it, and Deadshot's like, yo, same. I'm cool with being independent, but I also kind of like you, so I don't know how I want to feel about this. And it's just like an ongoing like love story of those two characters within the setting of the Suicide Squad. So like all the other characters are basically supporting cast for the two main characters of Harley Quinn and Deadshot. And I think that is so cool for storyline, and I love it to death. Whereas in the movie Suicide Squad, Joker is known not to be dead, and Harley Quinn knows that, but she's captured because Joker like runs their car into a friggin' river or something and then disappears and let Harley Quinn like out to dust to die. And then Harley Quinn's like saved by Batman, but then thrown in prison. And then Deadshot suddenly has like a family out of nowhere, and then he kind of like ends up liking Harley Quinn, but it's basically as a friendship. He likes her as a friend, and it's pretty apparent that They're just friends. And Harley Quinn basically gets the same vibe. She likes Deadshot as a friend, but doesn't romantically have any interest in him whatsoever. And then eventually gets saved by Joker. And at the end of the movie, she like gets escaped out of prison from Joker, ends up with him again. I'm just like, there's no character progression at all in the storyline. Like, every character ends up exactly the way they were at the start of the movie, except for Captain Boomerang. So if you're going to take any character progression whatsoever out of the movie to have any kind of resolve, Captain Boomerang was the resolve for the movie. He ended up being like a lone gun, didn't care about anybody else, and would just shaft everybody at any given time he wanted to. But at the end of the movie, he was cool with working with the team, he like had friendship with them, and he worked alongside of them. That's the only character, a supporting character, that had any character progression whatsoever. Everybody else ended up in the same exact situation as they were when the movie started, which is not satisfying whatsoever as a viewer. The animation was awesome, CGI was sick, acting was pretty on point. I actually enjoyed Jared Leto's Joker. It definitely wasn't the Dark Knight version of the Joker, which was like the realistic, like anarchist Joker that was insane. Heath Ledger freaking nailed it and set the bar so high for how to do method acting. Unfortunately, so high, in fact, that he actually went insane and tried using drugs to satisfy that insanity and trying to like hold it down, but ended up overdosing, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger. So luckily Jared Leto is not on the path right now, and Jared even said that like doing that acting role still led him down a path of like kind of insanity that he didn't really like feel comfortable with. So he's trying to like bring himself out of that mentality now that the acting is done. But I think he did a good job. It was just a completely different kind of Joker, so I don't think you can really compare Heath Ledger's Joker to Jared Leto's Joker. Heath Ledger's will like super anarchist, destroy everything, just ruin everybody's day, I don't care what happens, just ruin people's day. Whereas the Jared Leto Joker take was more like a mob boss, gangster boss Joker who did the whole Joker role, but he was more of like a mob boss, like a gangster boss, and he was just all about power and money and was just hanging out with Harley Quinn. I don't know which Joker I enjoyed more. I probably would go with the Heath Ledger one because I'm a big comic book fan, and either way though, I hate the Joker as a character. The bigger reason why I like Heath Ledger's Joker more is because of the fact that Harley Quinn ended up with the Joker again, which was Jared Leto's Joker. So I think I'm just more of bias because the only reason I like the Harley Quinn character is because she became independent, but in this movie she stopped being independent and continued being dependent upon the Joker. So my bias like fandom of the independent Harley Quinn came out, and I'm just like not enjoying the movie from that. Plus, as a critical standpoint, there's no character progression, so there's no real resolve for the viewers. Everybody ends up in where they were before, as I previously stated. So overall, I think this movie was pretty solid, but as a comic book fan and as a critic, I would say is like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'd say like a 7 out of 10. I haven't really seen anything else recently that's like really cool and awesome. So because of that, I probably would give it an 8 out of 10 as like a fan or just an average moviegoer. That's simply because there's not many other movies that are really good to compare it to. However, I haven't seen the new Star Trek yet, and I haven't seen the new Bourne movie yet, which I really want to see both of those movies. So I probably will soon. This vlog has become basically a freaking movie critic review thing. Hopefully you enjoyed that. But we're going to go and progress on. So welcome back everybody who skipped to this scene of the vlog who didn't want any spoilers for Suicide Squad. How you doing? I had like 2 hours of sleep going into the movie though, because I was just so restless and I could not sleep the whole freaking night. And I tried going to sleep early even, and I just stayed up, and it was like 4 a.m. I was like, man, I cannot freaking go to sleep. I'm just like stressed constantly and restless. And then Mufan was like, hey Chad, you want to do a Trials card with me and Gump? And I was like, yeah, screw it. I'm gonna wake right now anyway, so might as well. So I went to Charles one with Mufan Gump. We went flawless. Hooray. But yeah, basically we ran into a lot of sway teams during the card, which kind of sucked. That was a little unfortunate. Rusted Lands is definitely a map I freaking hate. Freaking hate that map. The map sucks. The map really sucks. It's stressful to do carries on. There's random crap everywhere. The map really heavily promotes camping, hard scoping, and waiting for tier 5 supers. It's a really big map, so almost every game ends up with the other team having supers. Even if you go into a 5-0, you have to deal with supers on the other team, and that's freaking stressful if you have to always deal with super energy being stored up for the other team. Because a lot of the maps, if they're smaller maps, you can be aggressive, and I really enjoy being aggressive, because if I go on an aggressive tear, break down the mentality of the other team, and force them to a 5-0 position where they don't have a chance to even build supers against us, like Asylum, we could do that. On Asylum and Excess Blue, both of those maps, I was able to make it so a lot of the games on the carries I can do like a 5-1 or 5-0, where I do it so fast and have so much aggression and kill them so quickly that I don't give them even a chance to build super energy. And that makes it so much easier if you're winning and you're getting that momentum, and you get a super and you can use your super against people who don't have their super yet and just flush them out, win out the rounds. They don't even get a super for comeback potential, because it's really easy to win a round with one super in Trials of Osiris. It really is. So because of that, Rusted Lands is just so stressful, because you can't really hard push a lot of people. People basically are figuring out already that they can just sit around and camp and sit on tier 5 supers and hard scope all the angles. And there's not that many angles. It's generally like a box kind of format. There's 5 basic angles you can take on the map, but based on radar you can watch 2 angles from this side, 2 angles from this side, or 1 angle in the middle, which is basically a death trap. So nobody in the right mind is going to go through the middle. So you basically watch this side way over here, or this side way over here, and because of radar, once somebody sees that you're over here, they'll be like, all right, let's look at it. And because the map is so big, by the time you get to the other side, they'll know and have time to readjust and watch that angle now. So as long as the team has very basic and general call out strategies, they're going to know exactly where you are all the time and be able to watch a hard scope angle on that location and just shoot you down if you try to be aggressive. So it forces me to be a sniper, which I've talked about previously what I hate doing. I really don't enjoy being a sniper. I really prefer shotgunning, but shotgunning just doesn't work out very easily on this map. It's not very effective. So I pretty much have to snipe, and anytime I'm sniping, I feel super stressed out while sniping, because it's just like, oh god, I hope I don't miss a shot, because if I miss a shot, I basically lose the round. So I'm like constantly stressed out. I have to deal with supers, trying to snipe people all the time. I don't enjoy it very much. But with that said, I do freaking enjoy all the community support recently. My birthday stream was freaking awesome. A lot of people showed up. I got a lot of hosts from a lot of awesome streamers. And the follow-up stream, which was on Saturday, was very short-lived, because after Suicide Squad, I hung out with my brother who came and visited from out of town, watched some Olympics. I took a nap because I only had 2 hours of sleep the night before. So I got on, did a double carry, and then kind of got off kind of deal. So it was a really short stream. So I apologize for the short Saturday stream, but the Sunday stream will be nice and long. But I also ended the stream short as well, early, because I got back with my family and they like ordered pizza and stuff, and we watched some more Olympics and hung out and had some fellowship time with each other, you know. And then I passed out. It was like 10 or 11 p.m., something like that. It was shortly after I ended my stream. I went and ate pizza, and I was hanging out. We were watching the Olympics, like, yeah, this is cool, awesome. And I just fall asleep on the couch and just pass out, and I wake up at freaking 5 a.m. and now I'm just wide awake. I'm doing this vlog because I just woke up, and I'm just like, man, I woke up, got on some streams, and like all the streamers I watched got offline, so I was like, all right, I'm not going to go back to sleep. I'm going to do my vlog right now, and then we'll have it up for tomorrow. And then hopefully after this vlog, shortly after, I can go to bed and maybe hopefully go to sleep a little bit more. Because sure, I got like 5-6 hours of sleep, but I want to have a sleep schedule that forms to the schedule of the stream I've been having, which is 2 p.m. start time. So if I wake up at 5 a.m. and I go until 12 midnight at the end of the stream doing like double carries all day, especially it's going to be into Virgin Day, oh, I'm going to be so tired. Plus, in a few hours, actually, I'm going to be going over to my grandparents' house to have lunch with them. We're going to have a barbecue with them. It's actually grandparents that got out of the hospital recently, so it's going to be good for us to visit them. We're going to have a barbecue with them. We're going to swim in the pool and stuff. And I should be back to my house and be able to stream by like 2 or 2:15 p.m. So I might be a few minutes late. At the latest, it should be like 30 minutes, very latest, to start the stream today. So if the stream is a little bit after the time this vlog releases, there you go. Now you know. Follow my Twitter at Chadlantis TV, so you'll be able to have updates for stuff like that as well. But yeah, that's basically it. I freaking hate Rusted Lands. Doing a lot more double carries. I feel like I'm getting better, but I need to work on my snipe game for maps like this map. I want to get into doing Midas Shotgun and Stormcaller, which is the meta, and it's pretty easy to beat pretty much every team with it. But once you run into a good team, you instantly realize just how not practiced you are on that loadout. And that's how I definitely felt when we went through that first to flawless card with John and Mufan. I just kind of went for it with a Midas Shotgun Stormcaller, and I was not practiced on it. There's a lot of things that did not play out properly, so I need to definitely get some more practice in that. So I'll probably use some elimination this week or something. If I'm doing single carries this weekend, I might try it out during singles, but for double carries, definitely won't be doing that because I'm not practiced it. I'm basically just going to stick to Blade Dancer with the Last Word Sniper. It's working out pretty well for double carries so far, so I'm just going to keep it up and hope my Blade outplays like all the golden guns and bombs and smashes and Stormcallers and stuff that everybody has, because it's a freaking tier 5 super camping map in Rusted Lands. I love your face. Thank you so much for being you, and thank you as always for watching.